Hello, welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. So, very good morning to everyone. This is Ishan Shani, your host. I'm joined with Karan, Bharat, and Sneha Sheesh. There's a lot of sporting action to uncover, discover, but first we'll get started off with the IPL. It's qualifier number two, RR versus SRH. It's all perfectly set up. Two good teams and anybody's win tonight. I think both these teams are capable of getting that win and going to the finals. Karan, what are your first thoughts?
I think it's a very good match. The way two teams have combated. If you're going to go by just one loss for Sunrisers, that would not be really right. But there's a whole lot of equations which have changed. You're moving away from Ahmedabad, coming back to one of the most passionate crowds in Chennai. Weather conditions are different. Ahmedabad was bone dry. Chennai is hot, humid. Even Sunday afternoon they're talking about possible showers. So it's going to be really a hard match, and obviously the dew factor is going to be there right through. You're going to have sea breeze blowing. The ball is going to be a bit wet, not dry. So, but yes, if you're going to ask me to put my money on, I'm going to put it. I mean, not terms of betting, but put my money as a phrase. So I'll probably put it on Sunrisers because I believe in Pat Cummins' captaincy. That's about it.
Okay, Sunrisers for Kanan. Sneshish, give us your brief, analysis of this game as well, because we'll be breaking this game as the day goes along in the 11 a.m. show and in the evening. But give us a brief analysis of what you're thinking at the moment.
Uh, I also think that maybe SRH might win the game tonight because what Kandan has said that one of the main factors is Pat Cummins' captaincy. And in international area, he has been in this kind of situation, in this kind of tough matches, knockout matches like World Cup semi-finals and all that World Cup finals. So I think he has that experience and he knows the code how to crack this type of matches with this captain. So I think Italy starts, but it will be interesting to see. We all know that Italy is reliable on his batting, mainly on his
Yeah.
batting because their explosive batting unique and all. But against Rajasthan Royals spinners on that Chennai track, so I think Rajasthan Royals quality spinners will determine the game for Rajasthan. It will be interesting to see what will be the pitch in the Chennai. It will be like spinning or a kind of slowish track. But if it is like that, then I think Rajasthan Royals spinners can turn the game to their side.
Absolutely, Sneshish. And R. Ashwin is playing, who is also the home boy, and he's also gotten a lot of wickets on that Chennai wicket. So I'm sure that he might hold the key. Bharat, what are your thoughts? Do you think RR might have some chance? You got to give me some support here. They're already two for SRH. Come on, just say RR.
See, RR obviously have a very potent attack that you can't negate that particular point because obviously Ashwin and Chahal they have, especially Ashwin is a very good spinner. If there's any grip in it, he will definitely come into play. Trent Bolt.
I think, is there an issue with Bharat's network or is it? It's okay, it's
Yeah,
Bharat.
Bharat's network. I can hear. I can hear.
Okay. So I think we'll come back to Bharat, but I think he was also emphasizing on the same point of the RR spinners, in my opinion. I think they'll have they'll hold the key in today's game, and also the youngsters. I feel, in my opinion, Jaiswal, Jurel, and Riyan Parag, all three will have to deliver because in the first season that RR won, it was mainly the youngsters and of course the mastery of Shane Warne. So hopefully the youngsters can deliver yet again. Karan, we'll come back to Bharat, but I'll ask you the next question here. PV Sindhu has beaten world number six Han Yui. So I mean that's a massive win, and it's good for her, good for India. Your thoughts on that win?
Yeah, very important win. This is her 452nd singles win. That's a fantastic record and more than what she's done in the Malaysian Open, enter the quarterfinals. Looking at the big picture, which is approximately 2 months and 2 days to go for the Paris Olympics. So she's slowly peaking. She's been off an injury break. She's come back. You don't exactly explode into the same kind of form and fitness, but she's getting her form back. She's finding it. She's got the entire team. She's got Vimal, she's got Prakash, she's got two of the leading icons. Prakash is an All England champion, brilliant mentor, and Vimal's also helped out Saina Nehwal long ago. So they both have the experience, and Sindhu trusts them. That's the most important factor. The trust between an athlete and the coach and the support staff. So that is how it is. But yes, for Sindhu to be winning at this time is very important. These are two hopes. Sindhu is one hope. Lakshya Sen is also one hope. Only yesterday I was reading that they've got overseas clearance from the Mission Olympic cell that they'll be training abroad, closer to European conditions, similar to Paris. So that's nice. But yeah, this win was much needed. It shows that she's still hungry for a third Olympic medal. One medal in Rio 2016, then in Tokyo, one medal. So if she's going to make it a hat trick, I think no Indian athlete, individual athlete has done
Yeah.
it. We won many medals in hockey, many together. But Sushil, in wrestling did it. But if Sindhu does this will be simply mind blowing and historic.
It will be mind blowing. Absolutely right, Karan. Snehashi, I'll come to you. You're the football expert here, and I wanted to know your opinions here. The FIFA World Cup squad for the qualifiers is announced, so I'm sure you must have had a look at that squad. What are your thoughts? What are some of the positives, some of the negatives, and what are your opinions in general?
I think the overall squad is very good. Whatever the available resources Eagles team match have right now, I think it was quite expected that this kind of squad will come out. There are a lot of talks that whether the I League stars will be there. So it is a good news that two I League stars have been considered in the final squad because
Okay.
many of us thought that maybe these I League stars have been called in the provisional list first for the camp, but maybe when the final list of 27 will come, these stars will might not get the cut. But it is so good to see that David and Dalrindika got their chances in the final list. So it's a good sign for Indian football that in current scenario, ISL is your primary competition, right? And I League is now the second tier of league football or second tier of
Yes.
Indian football. So it's quite good news that coaches are looking into players who are performing in the I League also. Because these players will come out and play for the ISL club for next year also. David is almost done. It's not official till now, but almost done for his Bengal FC. And Lalan Dika is also playing for Inter Kashmir. Maybe he can move also because lots of transfer window is pending. So I think it's good that this match visited international matches and Mohammedan sporting matches. Now I know why he visited because I think he was looking for those players and they impressed him a lot. So it's a good sight and good to see both of them making the final cut. And the what I was looking at the forward line because Sunil Shetty's last game we all know Sunil
Yes.
Shetty.
Yes.
But whether he will play 90 minutes or not, that will remain a question. Because if your team is tied on like 0-0 or 1-1 until 65, 70 minutes, whether you will continue with Sunil Chetri at this age, at that important game, that will be a question. Then I think a player like Rahim Ali or a player like Manbir Singh or Vikram Pratap Singh. Though I think Vikram Pratap Singh might miss the match due to he has to yellow card due to booking issues. But I think then Rahim Ali can play. Whatever we heard that Rahim Ali has impressed Igor Schmidt very much in the
Yes.
camp, and he can use him as a starter maybe ahead of or maybe along with Sunil Chetri or maybe in the second half. So it will be interesting to see who will come up in the playing 11 first. But overall, the squad looking very strong, and hopefully India can win the match in Kolkata.
Really, fingers crossed, Nish. I think, me and you were also speaking about Indian football the other day, and it's important that this team goes on, does well, because there are a bunch of good boys who really want to do well for the country, and unfortunately, they don't get that sort of recognition back. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, they can go on to win a lot more matches. Bharat is back with us. Bharat, we were talking about the IPL, so why don't you continue with what you were saying with
Yeah,
the
there
Rajasthan?
was,
Yeah,
sorry, there was a network issue here
that's
for
fine.
4 5 minutes. Yes, Rajasthan Royals obviously have a very potent attack. That point, one can't say that obviously they don't have a potent attack. You can't say so. Ashwin is a very good defensive bowler. Chahal is there. Obviously, Trent Bolt also bowled defensively in the last game. He bowled back of length, shortened his length. Avesh Khan picked up wickets. So they were good attacks. So one can't. So one has to take that into consideration, and Rajasthan Royals can also win that game if the conditions are in their favor. I have a gut feeling. Actually, I have a gut feeling that after the way they played against RCB, maybe even with that in that RCB game, I said it's Rajasthan Royals who
Yeah.
look like might win this game. I have gut feeling RR will do it again.
Yes, Bharat, that's what we need to hear more often. But thank you, and thank you for your answer there. But I have one more question actually. I'll ask Karan this. Karan, Yashasvi Jaiswal has had a mixed season. He's gotten that one big 100, and after that, he's somewhat struggled. how important is this match tonight for him? Because he'll be going to the World Cup, and if he's going to open in the World Cup, you want him to be in his best of form. So, your thoughts on Jaiswal? What do you think his mindset will be tonight?
I think yeah, Jaiswal is aware. He's been brought into the side. You're finding someone like Shubman Gill is now pushed to the reserve. So Jaiswal knows that he has to perform. He's performed in the West Indies before. He did well in the Test series against England at home. But this match is not just about one player; it's about everyone who has to
Yeah.
score. Jaiswal is aware, and Bharat mentioned the four bowlers for Rajasthan. All of them were stand out. So everyone knows they have to give 100%. I mean, they got a second chance. Sunrisers got a second chance to come and play here. But today it's like make or break. It's like that day the way RCB went out. So there's so much riding on it. Jaiswal knows for sure that he has to score, and few matches here and there he's not scored, but he has the talent, he has a temperament. It's just a matter of getting it together. And if he can get his act together tonight, it will be very, very important. The timing will be brilliant because once the IPL ends, there's hardly any time. You're going to fly out to New York and from
Yes.
there onward to West Indies. You're not going to get much time to get your stroke play, adjust your technique, adjust your timing, temperament. It's going to be a long flight, jet lag, everything. So get it going right today. The selectors have imposed faith. So you need to repay that faith. You need to do it first for your own franchise team and then for India. So I think everyone's placed faith in him. The selection committee, the captain, the coach, and he has to come good. But if we, start looking at each player critically that he's not done well or he's not good enough. For example, I personally thought the last match probably may have been Ashwin's last match. But he's not giving up. He's going to be 37, 38. And then we're looking at a mega auction in 2020.
Yeah.
Now, who's going to be there, who's not going to be there? So many carriers possibly can. And Dinesh Karthik is gone. Obviously, Virat Kohli won't leave. And the latest we hear, even from yesterday, according to the RevSportz report from our expert in Chennai, Shamik, that CSK is in no mood to let go of MS Dhoni even now. So that's what is riding. So these emotional characters will be there. So when you have a Dhoni there will also be an Ashwin. Someone is definitely going to pick up because the way he bowled that day. I mean, due credit to also Avesh and Chahal and Trent Bolt. So I think the relevance and the importance is something which Yashasvi realizes. Grabbing the opportunity, we will wait and see tonight. If he does it, it will be the brilliant timing, irrespective of what happens the outcome of the match.
Thank you, Karan. Absolutely brilliant as always.
I'll just add a point on Jaiswal. It's fine. See, it happens to every single cricketer. If a cricketer really does well, then opposition teams will start bowling better, start planning better because they will focus a lot more on that particular player. It's happened to every single cricketer, I guess, who has succeeded. And same is happening with Jaiswal. The opposition are focusing a lot more as to how to get him out. For example, a couple of left armers have bowled Fuller and tempted him to try with a slip in place. Obviously, Yashtail also did that, but it went through the slip cord, and something that I mentioned to you in the last live show itself, that Yashtail will do this to Jaiswal. Some bowlers have bowled hard lengths to him. So these things, has happened with every single cricketer, and it's for Jaiswal to find out a way. So,
Yeah. Very well said, Bharat. You're right. I think it's a fair point that after you start getting some runs and after you're in the middle where everyone's had to look at you for a while, they'll start making plans to get you out. So very well said, Karan. My final question for you: Sumit Nagal set for the Wimbledon debut as tennis ace becomes first Indian in 5 years to features in singles main draw. Proud moment for him. Proud moment for the country. Take it away.
You already jumped to Wimbledon, but first I'll look at him in the French Open. He's made it to the French Open main draw also. French Open starts on Sunday. So for an Indian, to be playing in two back-to-back Grand Slams, because he had to qualify to make the grade in Australian Open in January in Melbourne. So he's going to be playing here. So it's obviously Clay's one of his services, and we've all seen one of his most recent pictures where he's been practicing with Novak Djokovic, the defending champion. So it's a hard draw which has been handed out to Sumit Nagal. He's going to be playing Kachanov, not going to be easy. But there's everything to gain for him. There are two things which I want to point out.
Sure.
The first thing is playing in the French Open to have made it this far because he's had excellent run in hard court and clay court challengers, which is the lower rung of events to make it to the Grand Slam main draw and then Wimbledon. If he does well in the French Open, that is going to be the cutoff for the Paris Olympics. Depending on your ranking after Paris French Open ends, that is the third Sunday from. I mean, first Sunday is day after. After that, the third Sunday. When the rankings come out, that ranking will be used as a cutoff to decide whether he's going to get into the singles draw or not in the Paris Olympics. So, on that aspect, he needs to do well because assuming he does not do well here, then it's not like he can go and make up in
Yeah.
Wimbledon. So he has to do well, and how he does. It's a very dynamic ranking cycle. People tend to get confused with the world ranking. So it's not the world rankings. There's something called the Road to Paris. That's where you figure there are restrictions on how many players can represent the country, each country. So they're looking at broad basing it, and obviously, given Nagal's kind of phenomenal feat, first in February cracked top 100, now he's somewhere in the 80-90 zone. So where is he, and where are the other players? You've got someone like Rafael Nadal, who I thought won't play. Even he's got a hard draw. Going to be playing the fourth seed. So there's so much riding, but yes, Nagal is the underdog, and on clay he loves the surface. I'm sure he'll try and do his best of 5 sets. So there's even chances for him. He will try hard. I think if Yashasvi Jaiswal is going to try hard, Sumit Nagal is also going to try hard.
Absolutely, and we all will try hard in that process. Well, thank you, Karan.
I can just add a point. Sumit Nagal likes to play on clay, so from his point of view, whatever little I've seen, he might fancy his chances against this player. Kachanov is a very strong player, yes, but hits it very flat. He likes more of hard courts than clay courts. So who knows? Sumit Nagal might fancy his chances, but it's going to be a very tough game. It's a very good baseliner. Kachanov hits it extremely hard and flat. So let's see.
It will be a tough game, but I think all of us like a good underdog story as well. So we wish him the best of luck, and we'll wish both the IPL teams the best of luck as well. And that's the end of the show. We'll catch you.
But who's your pick tonight? Ishan, who's your pick tonight? Who's winning? You got to tell us.
Well, I'd like the Rajasthan Royals to win, but I have a feeling SRH might end up on the winning side. Pat Cummins, you can't, that guy is just brilliant, I feel, at least in the last 1 year. So it's going to be hard going past that SRH team. But we'll wait and watch. We'll wish both the teams the best of luck. It's the end of the morning show. Thank you, Karan. Thank you, Bharat. Thank you, Sneashish. Make sure that you join the 11 a.m. show as well. This is to all the viewers who have joined. And we'll catch you all again tomorrow morning. Thank you. And stay tuned to RevSportz.